The story goes, it was 1979. No, 1979, you idiot. That's better. Harvard was the scene of the research. A collection of students were asked, have you set clear written goals for your future and made plans to accomplish them? 84% of students polled had no specific goals at all. 13% had goals, but those goals weren't written down. Only 3% of the graduates had written goals and plans. 10 years later, Duran Duran, Phil Collins, Prince, Madonna were crushing it because of their goals. But seriously, 10 years later, when the students were re-interviewed, they found that the 13% of students who had goals but had not written them down were actually earning twice as much. When compared to the 84% who had no goals at all, the 3% who had written goals down were earning 10 times the other 97% put together. Nothing short of astonishing. In this video, I'm going to set you up for success. I'm going to share my goals template with you for free. I'm going to spoon feed you the process so that you can set your long-term vision, your medium-term outcomes, your short-term goals, so that you can do whatever it is you want to do. But we're going to be focusing on things like starting your own online business, or becoming a freelancer, or starting remote work for the first time, or, change your work, change your life, whatever it is that you want. Maybe you want to just live the laptop lifestyle. Make 2021 your biatch. Check it out. What's up? It's Rowan here from LWAH. Now, whether you want to make some extra side income or find a remote job or even start an online business and be your own boss, none of that will happen until you firstly have the thought. Second of all, decide. Number 3 is take action. Sounds easy, right? Think, decide, action. Okay, well, if it's so easy, why aren't you already living the life of your dreams? Here's why. Think. Most people never think about where they actually want to be in 1, 3, or 5 years in all the different aspects of their life. And even if they have thought about a few aspects, I'm sure they haven't written it down. Very few people have written it down. Decide. This is all about, drawing a line in the sand, burning the boat, so to speak, and committing to undertaking the action that you need to take to fulfill this vision. And of course, action. Now, this is all about writing it down and then taking action, reviewing the action, and then adjusting the strategy consistently for 1, 3, or 5 years. Whoa! Now that all might sound a little overwhelming, which is why I'm here to help you kickstart it and get the process going so that you can turn the life of your dreams into the life of your reality. Let's do this. Okay, step 1, get your free template. Go into the description of this video below, click on the link at the top of the description, which will open this goal sheet, this Google sheet, I should say, that's free for you to make a copy or create an Excel sheet from it if you prefer. This is going to be your roadmap to success in the next 3 years. Step number 2 is get pumped. Envision your dreams, your desires. An amazing life that's juiced and you're actually living your dreams, and you're not where you are right now, but where you want to be. This is your one single life. There's no testing this life and then having another one afterwards, unless you believe in that. But this is it. This is, you really got to grab this life by the horns and take it down, because this is it. Let's do it. So let's pumped. Seriously, this is going to feel silly, but you've got to change your physiology. Do some star jumps, some burpees, some stretches, some push-ups, whatever it is. Or at the very least, just do these things. You do this 30 times. And that gets the blood pumping, gets some oxygen through your brain. If you do that, as I said, 30 reps. If you do that 1, 2, 3 times, then that's going to change your physiology. It's going to get you a little bit more pumped so that you can get into your 3-year vision. Now, this part's really fun. Sometimes we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we often underestimate what we can do in 3 years. So this is where you really get to sit back and just put yourself in your shoes 3 years from now and really think about where, what you're doing, what it looks like, who are you with, what have you got, what have you achieved, all that sort of stuff. And I need you to think about these categories. Firstly, career or financial goals. What sort of job do you have? What sort of job title do you have? Maybe it's a job title that you're after. Do you want to be working from home? Do you want to be making money online, a certain amount? Do you want to start an online business? Do you want your online business to grow? Do you want to start a new one? Do you want to have a certain amount of savings in your bank account or in your investment account? Do you want to be investing a certain certain amount. That's a goal that I've had in the past, investing a certain amount of money each month or each quarter. Do you want to be earning a certain amount? How much do you want to be earning 3 years from now? Think about that. Next is personal. So these are things like your health, your relationships, your personal growth. So in terms of your health, do you want to be eating a certain number of really healthy meals each week? Or do you want to be feeling something? Do you want your blood readings to be something? Do you want your weight to be something? Do you want to be a certain strength? Do you want to be able to lift a certain weight at the gym? What about your relationships? Have you found the perfect partner? Or maybe you've ditched a partner that you really need to get out of your life? Or even it might be friendships. Have you created a new friendship group that actually means a lot more to you than where you're at right now? Or have you just made a lot more effort with your friendship groups than in the past? You can set goals around this, as strange as it sounds. Or your personal growth. Are you reading a certain number of books or going to a certain number of seminars? Or are you giving to yourself? Are you going to some spas or treatments or whatever it is that you need to grow yourself? And what about your house? Where do you live? Often this is a big goal for people. Do you have, you can really think about it and envision it. Do you want to be by the beach, or do you want to be buy your first apartment, or whatever it might be? Do you want to have some investment properties? Okay, third is adventure. These are sometimes called your toy goals or adventure goals. Do you want to win a competition? Do you want to start a new sport or a new hobby? Do you want to excel? Do you want to be, the state champion in salsa dancing or something like that? Do you want to travel to a certain place? Do you want to have some certain experiences? I don't know, maybe like a limousine ride into the nicest restaurant in town? Or do you want to buy a sports car, or, anything that brings a bit of spice to life? And fourth and finally is contribution. Do you want to donate a certain number of days or a certain amount of time each year to a charity? Or maybe you can donate a certain amount of money, like 1% of your income or 5% of your income, or whatever it might be. Do you want to start a food drive, or do you want to start a fund for your child's education? Or maybe something around teaching your child. That's a goal that I've had in my contribution column over the last 2 years. It's mainly been, for me, it's been centered, and I'll share this with you later, but it's been centered around, or maybe I won't, I'm not sure. It depends how much I want to contribute to this video. Whoa! It's really been centered around how much I want to show my kids the growth mindset and how important contribution is to growing them, and how important it is to just helping other people and also feeling good about that too. Okay, this part's really fun. So pause the video and give yourself some time to flesh out a few paragraphs about each of those 4 categories, or maybe a paragraph for each, or a couple of paragraphs for each, whatever you feel comfortable with. It doesn't really matter. And structure it in this way, as I show here. It's date from 3 years from now. So it's the 15th of February, 2024. And present tense vision. So what I mean by that is you need to be, I am, or I do, or I have, that sort of thing. So it's the 15th of February, 2024, or whatever it is, whatever date, and I have a Lamborghini, and I am as I said before, the best salsa dancer in California. And, an example, let me read out my example. So it's the 5th of February, 2022, because I did these goals 2 years ago now, and I live in a house on a hill that sees sunrise and sunset. It has plenty of open space, blah, blah, blah. I no longer do engineering work, as I spend about 4 hours, 3 days a week on my internet marketing brand. I am making, see how it's I am making that amount of money. We travel. I have, so it's all very present tense. Now, pause the video, get right into it, have fun with it, smile while you're doing it, and I'll see you after, 10, 15, 20 minutes maximum. You don't want to spend too long because you can overdo this. So give yourself like a nice 15-minute time limit. Go. Okay, welcome back to step 4. So this next one is breaking it down. This is all about turning those 3-year goals down, chunking it down into something that's a bit more bite-sized and a bit more realistic for the shorter term. Not the short term, but the shorter term. It's kind of like your medium term. So as I showed a second ago, this was my 3-year vision from 2 years ago. As you can see, it's only a couple of paragraphs. So what you want to do at this point is, if you've written quite a lot, one of the keys with goal setting is KISS, the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. If this is your first time goal setting, you really want to take 1 or 2 goals maximum, the 2 that inspire, 1 or 2 that inspire you the most and that make you feel alive the most for each of those categories. Sorry, have I actually? Yeah, I did explain the categories already. For each of those categories being, financial, career, personal, etc., etc. So once you have taken out those one or two goals, if you've done a lot of goal setting before, you can do a few more. But once you've taken out one or two of the main goals for your career and financial, then put it into your 3-year kick-ass vision. Summarize it a little bit. You can create a nice big vision up here, and then we're pulling out some chunks. So what the next step is on your spreadsheet will be filling out this 3-year kick-ass vision. So put in 2 of your career financial goals, 2 of your personal, 2 of your adventure, 2 of your contribution. By the way, you can change these categories. It's just what I recommend, but if you want to change it, go for your life. Of course, in this video, we're mainly focusing on starting an online business or becoming a freelancer, all that sort of stuff, because it's love work at home. Now, by when you want your date, by 3 years from now. From that, you need to start thinking about breaking it down into a 2-year kick-ass vision and a 1-year kick-ass vision. So you've got your 3-year vision. It's big. It's huge. It's like, how am I ever going to achieve that? Okay, no problem. So let's say 2 years from now, if we haven't achieved that whole big thing 2 years from now, what does it look like? For example, over on here, I am making, remember the present tense, I am making 5 figures per month from loveworkathome.com, and I love working on it, even though it is as little as 10 hours per week. So to change that now, the whole goal with Love Work at Home is to actually work a minimum number of hours on it so I can be out there enjoying life, doing what I want to do. The 2-year vision was I am working on it 2 days per week, and the 1-year vision was 1 day and several nights. So that's actually more like 3 days a week working on it. So as time goes by, I'm working on it less and less and earning more and more. So that's how I started chunking it down, and that's what I recommend to get you from your 3-year kick-ass vision down to your 2-year kick-ass vision and your 1-year vision. So with that big 3-year goal, how do you see that at the end of 1 year? What does that look like? And of course, we want to put in the date 1 year from now. Okay, so that is your next task. Please, again, pause the video, and this one takes a little bit longer. It's still exciting because it's turning that 3-year impossible dream into something that becomes palatable and possible and real. So enjoy the process, pause the video. For this one, take as long as you really need to fill out all these boxes here, and that one too. Okay, go. All right. I hope you did really well with that, and you've filled it all in, and you can see how it's actually possible to turn this 3-year vision, this big thing, into something that's a bit smaller and a bit smaller. So the next step is step 5. Start your weekly goals. Let's head back over to the goals sheet. Okay, now you'll see a second tab down here, 2021 goals. If you click on that, it'll take you over here. Of course, you've got your name in here, Sarah's goals, Jordan's goals, whatever it is. Your 1-year kick-ass goals. So just going back to that 3-year vision tab, everything that went into these columns and rows here, these boxes, your visions here and by when here, they get transferred. You can do an equals equation, or you can just copy and paste them across. As it says here, copy across your I have, I am, I do statements from your 1-year career financial vision, and of course your dates. Okay, now it doesn't have to be a 1-year date. If you want to achieve it in 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 9 months from now, that's cool also. So you will copy those across, and then you actually start putting them into weekly chunks. What am I going to do in 1 week's time to actually accomplish this? To give you an example, again, going back to my 2020 goals, this is what my November, if it loads up, looks like. Okay, 1st of November, 8th of November, 15th of November. This is my actual goals sheet from last year. So Love Work at Home provides, it's got my 1-year goal in there. This was all about career. And I put my weekly goals in there, and this is just breaking it down. What do I actually need to do this week to get me closer to that 1-year vision? Now, what I recommend is, you'll do this on a week-by-week basis, by the way. I recommend you put in whatever tasks or your to-dos or your weekly goals are. And then once you've actually written them for any of your 1 year goals, then just have a look at it and think to yourself, okay, what is the outcome of me achieving or accomplishing this week's goals? Is the outcome right? Is the outcome keeping me moving towards that 1 year goal? If it is, great, do it. If there are any on there that aren't actually getting you towards that goal, you need to think about whether you should be pulling it off. Also, your vision, your juice, your why for doing this. I want you to tie what you've put in your 1 week goals back to your why and your purpose. That's what it's all about. So what is your purpose for actually achieving this 1 year goal? I'm not sure if I have already, in fact, I don't think I've even mentioned it previously, but when you're doing I should have said it before, but for each of your 1 year goals, you should have your why in here. For each one of them, you should have your why, because that's the juice. Okay, so as I was saying, you'll put in your weekly goals. Does it fulfill your outcome? Do the outcomes fulfill your 1 year vision? And is your purpose? Does it feel good doing those things? Again, if not, then sorry. Let me rephrase that. The purpose should juice you to want to do these. If you don't really want to do these, then you need to reflect on your purpose a bit more and think to yourself, okay. This is what I want to achieve and this is why I want to achieve it, because it's going to make me feel this certain way, or it's going to give me this. That's what your why should be all about. Okay, so you can start going in here. You can start filling in your weeks. What I actually do, the process from here, as you can see, the color coding is, after a week, at the end of the week, I've always done it on a Sunday night, and I've actually done it with an accountability buddy. I've been paying my cousin who runs My Goal Squad. By all means, check out My Goal Squad. I think it's mygoalsquad.com, or if you just Google search My Goal Squad Australia, I'm sure you'll find her. Her name is Angela Ritchie. She's a fantastic. She's been my accountability partner for the last 2 years, and it is totally worth its weight in gold having an accountability person, because she phones me up. We spend 20 minutes every Sunday night. We go through, we color code stuff. As you can see, this went all red because I didn't do it. All the green is stuff that I did do. Red is stuff that I didn't do. And then the red stuff gets transferred across into your next week's goals, unless you think they shouldn't have been in there from the previous week. They get transferred. All the stuff that should be in there should get transferred across into this week or the next week, and then you also add to it whatever other goals you want to be achieving, any new things. Now that keeps happening week in, week out. Once I've done a month, then you've got in fact, I'll show you on your spreadsheet that you're going to have. You've got your January, your February, your March. Each month, you've got goals in there, or the ability to put in what you want to have achieved after 1 month. Because, of course, you've got your 1 year vision. You've got that goal written out on the left-hand side. But what does that look like at the end of 1 month? 1 month is quite a while, and you want something in there that you can look at the end of the month and go, yes, okay, I didn't quite achieve it, but I definitely got closer to it. Or, yep, I did it, I kicked butt. Green, beautiful. Maybe you can orange it if you were super close, or red if you didn't achieve it. And then each month you'll have probably 4 or 5 columns from the month of January, 4 or 5 from the month of February. I actually have them back here, as you can see. For November, I've got all November. Then when I start December, I actually get all these columns and I hide them. And then I start fresh with December. At the end of December, I then check off the monthly goals, and you keep going that way. So make sure you're filling in your monthly goals as you're going. I think monthly goals should be a little bit flexible, so long as, again, it is getting you to your 1 year vision. So that should be enough. I really hope you got something out of that. If you've got any questions about that process, hit me up in the comments below. I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy. Kick goals, kick ass, make 2021 your bitch. And you can even use this for 2022. You can use it for any year. So I hope you got something out of that. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.